Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And it seems to happen every April where we find some part of the country holding on to winter, holding on for dear life. And uh, this year seems to be in one form or another that a rather large part of the eastern two-thirds of the United States winds up sitting in some wintry weather. We have a narrow band of winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings that are up for parts of the Rockies, east across Nebraska, through Iowa and northern Missouri, and into northern Illinois, almost to about Chicago here, where we're going to see some snow. And also, we have a slew of freeze issues going on in Indiana and Ohio. We have uh, freeze watches up tonight. I remember the growing season is getting underway. So, for those areas where the growing season has started, you're going to see these frost advisories and frost warnings up. But as far as the other end of the equation, where you would see severe weather, flash flooding, and so on, not seeing very much of that on the weather maps this morning. Meanwhile, here in the Northeast, we have had a little frontal boundary move on through. It didn't amount to too much other than some clouds overnight, and a few places seeing a couple of sprinkles. And in fact, up in parts of northeastern Pennsylvania and the Poconos, left a quick coating of snow in some areas. But we should have a decent amount of sunshine. You can see on the loop where we have the system that is now coming out of the Rockies and moving straight east to the plains, not seeing that Gulf inflow that we normally see in situations that are going to wind up becoming severe weather events, where you see a flow of Gulf moisture coming out of the Western Gulf and moving into the lower and middle Mississippi Valley. The Gulf of Mexico seems to be cut off at the moment. So it really becomes just a matter of the energy that is coming out of the west. That's a little shortwave trough that's moving along, doesn't have a lot with it. So it works with whatever it has in the atmosphere. And then also have clouds off the southeast coast and over the state, much of the state of Florida today, as another leftover frontal boundary just sort of hangs out there, producing a few showers and a couple of thunderstorms in north central Florida. You're seeing precipitation streaking out from Colorado eastward across Nebraska and into Iowa and Illinois as advertised. And here in the Northeast and northern mid-Atlantic states, as we said, a little frontal boundary going by with some dying sprinkles and showers. Now, here's how it looks at the surface. There's your weak front moving on through. High pressure is going to kind of nose in for today, later today and tonight. So overall, the weather should be decent. We just have to clear out whatever leftover clouds we have. And then we have low pressure. This whole frontal boundary just snakes all the way back through the central Rockies and points westward. So there'll be a little bit of a wave that comes out of this and starts to move to the east. And it is actually going to produce some snow in parts of the Northeast. So this is the probability of at least 2 inches. And the blue starts where the first darkest blue is where you have a 40% or greater chance of at least 2 inches. Much of northern Pennsylvania and southern New York back to about the Catskills, and also a small patch in western New England. The southern edge of this doesn't of meaningful probability doesn't make it anywhere close to, say, northern New Jersey, eastern and southeastern and south central Pennsylvania, and points south, and then down to New York City. So that and coastal southern New England, just not going to be an issue here. And with respect to the probability of at least four, you have a low chance here, 40 to 50% chance, low to moderate chance of at least four in a small area in north central Pennsylvania and in southern parts of New York State. So does not look to be a big deal. The Storm Prediction Center, with respect to severe weather today, looking at a small area of marginal risk being indicated for a small portion of Kansas into northern Oklahoma. For tomorrow, we're not seeing very much, just a couple of small areas of general thunderstorm activity, and that's it. And then as we head into Saturday, we're looking at a marginal risk of severe weather in northeastern Texas, northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and also in a small portion of eastern North Carolina. And we don't see anything in the day 4 to 8 time frame that is worth worrying about. So we are going to watch this low come out of the Plain States and Rockies and heads toward it will head toward the East Coast for tomorrow. You see where the snow is and the rain is with this tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. This is what the depiction of the radar is being forecast by the GFS. So on that northern fringe, you get some wet snow in the mix, maybe moving into the middle parts of the Hudson Valley. And then as low pressure develops off the New Jersey coast and heads out to the east, we'll see the rain move out Saturday morning. Weather conditions should improve Saturday afternoon. Sunday looks okay, but we've got another cold front that is going to move through, and then a low is going to come out of the Gulf states. You can see it here early Monday morning in northern Georgia, heading up into eastern North Carolina, and then just passing offshore as it moves off to the northeast. It's going to intensify into a fairly strong storm offshore. So we'll have to look for the possibility that coastal areas from Virginia to New Jersey, to New York City, Long Island, southern New England, and southeastern New England will be getting grazed with some rain here during Monday. As the low goes by, there'll be a sharp cutoff to the west. We'll see over the next day or two how weather models evolve from that with this, and then we're going to see the low move away to the northeast with improving weather conditions going into Tuesday. Although we have another front with a shot of chilly air, and that will be the one theme that we will carry forward here for the next week to possibly 10 days, in that the weather pattern is going to be cold for this time of year. We're going to see temperatures averaging a good 10 or more degrees below normal as we head on into next week. It's kind of strange, but it sort of works out this way sometimes, where we had a non-winter for many areas, and now we're getting into a wintry pattern that if we had that back even a month ago, we'd be seeing some snow. This is what the Weather Service is forecasting for snow amounts in northern Pennsylvania, across New York State. Again, looks like a coating to a few inches there. Seeing some sizable 3 to 6 inch amounts moving across northern Illinois to about Chicago, a forecast of 4, Detroit 2, northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and then we've got a max area in southern Iowa, northern Missouri. And of course, these are the additional snow amounts that you're going to be seeing in the Rockies. So overall, for the rest of today, from northeast Virginia to southern New England, clouds giving way to some sunshine. Look for temperatures that'll be just barely back to the low and mid 50s. And then we're going to cloud up tomorrow and set up for a chilly rain for most areas. And you saw where the areas to the north get some snow. And then after that goes by, some improvement for Saturday into Sunday, later Saturday into part of Sunday. Then we cloud up again, and then we deal with a cold front and a storm coming out of the Gulf states and heading up just offshore for late Sunday night and on Monday. That's it for Weather in 5 today. Went a little bit long, but hey, a little distraction, okay, from everything that's going on. Have a great day. Do your social distancing. See you tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.